Today, I want to talk about a few things that's been on my mind, right? A few of the things that's been on my mind collectively as a group of people because I love not only my race, but I love the human race, right? And I'm doing this and I'm saying this out of love. So if you're paying attention and you're here right now, I want you to understand that you didn't come across this video by luck. It's a reason why you handpicked this video and you decided to watch it, right? You didn't find this video found you. But what I want to talk to you today is about how we tend to allow our celebrities to pretty much narrate everything that's going on. And it's almost to the point where it's a joke, right? It is a joke, and I'm not saying that like we are a joke, but I'm saying collectively as a group of people, I really don't like how there's a lot of things that go on day to day, and we're always focused on rappers, celebrities. We literally just had the Epstein Files open up with about 3.5 million pages, right? 3.5 million pages of the most horrific, gruesome thing that has ever been known to man, right? And I mean, we could selectively talk about all the other upset occurrences that we've had over the years. We could talk about Trayvon Martin, and how that particular situation caused an uproar. And everybody was out rioting, right? Because we didn't like the injustices that was happening with Trayvon Martin. We didn't like the injustices that were happening with George Floyd. We didn't like the injustices that were happening with Mike Brown, and we didn't like what occurred with different things with Bill Cosby and R. Kelly and just different things that have occurred throughout the years, and it caused an uproar to where people were rioting, literally rioting, right? But here it is, we have a dogmatic situation that occurred right here in front of our faces, where not only did we discover that the elites who are out here that pretty much are governing our day-to-day society, not only did we discover that they were not only, fraternizing and soliciting and having intercourse and sexual relations with our children, we discovered that the Epstein Files went into depth with. They were actually having them on the menu, right? Having them on the menu, right? So my thing is, how do we allow distractions to occur where we focus on that for like maybe 10 minutes, and then we take our distractions and then we get right back over here to what rappers are saying about each other's mamas? My thing is, if you ignorant, they're going to treat you that way. And I say this all the time. When you ignorant, they're going to treat you that way. And we are not a minority, right? But when you think minor, right? When you think minor and you focus on things that really don't have anything to do with the price of tea in China, then you have to ask yourself, why are you considered a minority? Why? Things of that nature. So my thing is this. I am getting fed up, and I want to put forth a movement where we are going to collectively figure out what our next move is. Because we talk about the injustices, we talk about us being indigenous people, right? But the next thing is, what are we going to do about it? Okay, what are we going to do about it? So if you have any suggestions, I'm here. I also help with people with doing pro se litigation, so I teach people how to represent themselves in court. I'm also giving back to the community where I'm helping people get their finances together by cleaning up their credit. So I'm giving back to the community. I'm a 48-year-old man, and I want to understand. I want to get in line with people to understand what we can do collectively as a people, as far as what our next move is, because this is crazy. You know, we are literally having a moment in today's society right here, and as of January, today is February 28th. But as of January, like I said, the Epstein Files have been released, and not only, like I said, have they exposed the fact that they're having sex with our children, they are also practicing cannibalism, right? This is something that Pruden has spoken on. This is something that China has spoken on, right? And this is something that, you know, if you're familiar with BRICS, right? This is something that other countries are chiming in on about our corporation, because like I tell people, this is not a country, this is a corporation, right? So my thing is, what are we going to do about it?